Okay, so 4 o'clock sharp, we will start with our presentation. I'm going to just directly um, hit play so you can see also my screen. Yeah. Um, just as an introduction for everyone that jumped in a little bit later than I started the webinar, my name is Andrea Borcescu. I am the product manager of this plugin for Autodesk Revit that I am going to present today. This plugin is the perfect solution for you guys if you are just jumping into laser scanning and want to achieve very quickly 3D model, actually a BIM model, because we have also metadata there. And yeah, we will actually just jump in right now and start with my presentation. As you can see on the left side of my screen, I have PointCab opened, and on the right side of my screen, there's Revit open. So the connection between PointCab and Revit is made by a plugin. So it's something that you should install extra on your computer. And for that, you also need to activate this button for CAD where it says connect here. Actually, we will not need the job editor and the job list for quite a while right now. The idea of this plugin is actually to not import the point cloud into Revit. We all know that if we import the a 3D point cloud into Revit or another BIM software, there's a little it's a little bit messy because you have to navigate in a 3D point cloud on a 2D screen. So the idea is that you have the point cloud in PointCab and you do measurements here in PointCab, and these measurements will be transferred directly into Revit as BIM elements. Yeah. Okay, so as you can see right now in Revit, there are some tools here that maybe are not known by you, but this is what the plugin does. So it comes actually with some tools to help you then achieve a rough 3D model with metadata, with attributes, yeah? So if the plugin is installed, then you will have this tab here right after add-ins, after manage. You'll have this PC4R, PointCab for Revit tab. And if you click on it, then you will have this tools here. And I'm gonna go just a little bit through all of the tools that we have here available. The logic behind these tools or behind this order of the tools is very simple. First of all, when you create a 3D model, you need to create the levels. Then between these levels, you have to create walls. Then we go further, and in these walls, we will insert windows and doors and openings. And then we will just deal with the details. For example, we have here a tool for inserting a column. If it's round or squared, doesn't matter. We have here the option to choose between them. Then you can create markers, and I'm going to focus on this a little bit later. The markers are practically just survey points in Revit, but for example, if you need just the position of an object and you do not have the tool for this object in PointCab for Revit, you can just take the position as a survey point in Revit, and then you can just create an instance on this marker. But I will exemplify that a little bit later. And the same idea is also with the create model line tool. And you will just measure in PointCab 2 points, and between these points there will be in Revit a model line. And then we have the transfer button. This transfer button is there for you to not import, for example, ortho photos, for example, DWG or DXF data into Revit. You can just directly in one click you can import them. But I will go through all of this tools on my presentation. If you have questions, if you have something that you would like to share or feedback, just type these questions or your feedback into the question box from our platform GoToWebinar, and I will go through them at the end of my presentation. And I will answer them all, or at least I will try to answer them all. If there are so many, you will receive an email tomorrow, because I'm always looking at the questions from the webinar, and I'm trying not to miss something. But I will definitely answer this questions if there are so many tomorrow. But I will actually try to do this in this hour that we have at our disposal. The PointCab for Revit plugin is in continuous development and improvement. And as you can see right now, I have a beta version, and I have something that is not quite ready, but we are planning to release feature for detecting or measuring pipes and transfer them into Revit. So this button right now doesn't do anything. Like I said, I have a beta version. If you're going to install the PointCab for Revit plugin, you will not have this button. Yeah, it's not released yet. Then we have the options. Here you can choose some options, and the information button, which license do you have, and all of these details. Okay, so let's start with the presentation. I already loaded template. Yeah, I already loaded a template into Revit, and I am going to use the families in this template. Just for your information, if you have your own families that you are using in a company, so your own created families, then you can load them also in Revit, and then you can choose them as you go along and create the elements. Okay, so we are now in the top view in PointCab, and we have here, you can see why this is such an easy way to navigate, because you're not in the 3D, you know exactly, you're not in the 3D view, yeah, and you know exactly where you actually are. So for example, right now I'm somewhere here in this area with the stairs, and I can navigate very quick here, and I can move from a room to another room, and I know exactly where I am in this view. This view is a sort of X-ray through your project. That means that you can see all the floors from upstairs, or from the top. Yeah, and this is actually also the idea of PointCab, where we do not work in the 3D point cloud. The PointCab software will directly, automatically compute free views, just like this one, and one from the front and one from the left side of your project. Yeah, so that's kind of the philosophy of PointCab as well. Of course, after you import this the project and the point cloud, these standard views are created automatically. Okay, and you can see here, or in the front view, you can see better. We can definitely count how many levels do we have. So if I want to just extract the levels, I'll go here in PointCab for Revit, create or press create level, and then I know exactly how many levels do I have. I can count them. There are actually 7, and I'm clicking on the plus button, and then I can name them. In this case, I will just name them with numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 6 and 7. Okay. If I'm ready, I can hit cancel here, and then I will go into PointCab and select the create 3D points tool. And just with that tool, I will click on one point, and as you can see, level 1 was already created here by minus 1.4 meters. And from this list, we do not have a level 1 anymore. We are starting from 2. So in the same way, we can create all the points or all the levels. And then we have all the levels. Well, my template had already a level created in it, the 0 level, but we don't need to have it here. So in this case, I just deleted it. And now between these levels, we can create the walls. The walls you can create in the same way by just picking points in the top view, for example, or you can, like I did here, you can create a layout and then just open this layout and you can create the walls there. So let me just open it, and we have it here. We have the layout from the first floor, just a little bit down the ceiling, because I'm just interested in this. In this particular case, I'm just interested in the walls, so no doors and anything else there. Okay. Then we go in Revit, we select create walls, and we have some options that we have to just set here. I will say, because my first floor is between level 3 and level 4, I would define the bottom level by level 3 and the top level by level 4. Here we can create also, or we can set an offset here. We can also measure the offset in PointCab. That's not something I will do right now. And here we can create, or we can choose from the families that we have in our template. Like I said, you can load other families into Revit and they will appear here in this drop-down menu. And we have now, let's just choose this one here, and we can go directly into level 1, into the layout. And again, with the 3D points, we can start and model the walls. So for a wall, you need a start point and an end point. And the first point would be, let's say, here. And then the second point, and you already see that we have between this level, we have already a wall. The important thing is to go clockwise with this point. And as you can see, I am not going right now exactly in the corners. I am not setting the points in the corners because this room, oh, okay, that was a mistake. That's something that you should not do. You should definitely be very careful where you set the points. Here I missed one. And of course, Revit cannot do that. I will just cancel this and lose these walls right now. And I will start again and be more careful this time. And I also can delete these points because I don't need them anymore. And if we are here, we can go directly, because you can see better in the 3D view, we can go directly and start with the creation of walls. Okay, and another one here. As I was telling you, I am not setting these points directly in the corner because I will close this room. I will make this room as a closed room, and that's why I don't need to go directly. My mouse is a little bit spinning right now. Okay, and I will not go directly into the corners. And again, I have, let's see what I did here. I forgot a point. That's something when you're talking and yeah, when you're talking. Where are we right now? We are here. Okay, yeah, I forgot this point here. Okay, so there's something that you can do wrongly, but this just something that you should be just careful with. So the first point, again, we're going to continue this. Okay, and another one here, and this one here, and this one here, and this one here. Okay, so I will let this wall here, I need to delete it because I forgot that point there, but I will just I know exactly which wall this is, and I will just recreate it, so we will have actually a closed room here. So that this is exactly this point here. So you can see there are some ways where you can create walls. Yeah, there are some ways where you can correct even though you're making mistakes. So let's just go here. Here we go. Okay, and then we can just use Revit functions and just trim these walls. Okay. So okay, so now we have our walls already created here. As you can see in my example right now, where I made this tiny little mistake, you can use Revit functions. We encourage actually you to use the Revit functions. So you will have practically just a rough model from PointCab for Revit, and then you can create other elements with the Revit functions. You can also modify things with the help of the functions that are already available in Revit. So PointCab for Revit is not there to replace these functions. It's just a help for you to work very easily with PointCab and with Revit together. Okay. So like I said, we have right now the walls, and right now we can create windows and doors and everything else. And for that, I am going here in create windows, and there's also the option to change the family or to set an offset here. And for this, for creating the windows, I'm going to do this with the help of the panorama views, because I am working in a terrestrial laser scanning project, and I will just choose one of the panorama views. And it's a really great help because you can see exactly where the window is positioned. If you would work, for example, with a handheld laser scanning project or mobile mapping, then you would need to create sections exactly where the windows are and every other element is, and then you would do practically the same, just set points here. For a window, we need the first point in one of the corners, and the second point in the opposite corner, and it should be clicked twice. And the window we have already, so with just 2 points, we have already a window here. And we can also stay here and create this door. Just choose the insert door here, and of course the proper family for this, the proper window door type, sorry. So the first point for this we will need 3 points. This is the first one, and as you can see, I am not sure right now where to click, but I can enable the panorama views again, and I can go in another scan from outside and click here where the door actually is, where the frame is, with the proper tool. And this door is opening like this. So for the opening, we need to set another point. If the door opens to the inside, we'll set a point into here on the floor. So this is our case right now. And if not, we can set a point here. We can also go into the top view, for example, if we would not have a scan here. So this would not be an issue, actually. Okay. So we have the door here already positioned as it is. And the same way we can also insert openings. I am not going to go into this right now because in this project I do not really have an opening, but it's the same idea, and you can insert openings in the same way as inserting doors. Let's see, here we have this tool, insert square column, and right now I saw that we have a column here. So I will just insert a square column for demonstration purposes. So first you have to define again the levels between where this column is between. So again, from the third floor or the third level to the fourth. It's not actually it, because here we have some stairs, but you can modify the height also afterwards with the Revit functions. And we need for this 3 points. So we need 1 point here on this corner, and 1 point here, and another one here. Okay. And we can click on finish, and we have the column here as well. The same thing with the round columns, the same principle. Okay, and then we can move on. Like I said before, I will talk about the markers right now and their use. Let's see. For example, if you would like to know the position of all the sockets in your project or in a room, this is going to be a very good tool to find out the position. Even though there are just points or survey points, you can use them, and then you can create an instance exactly in that position where the survey point is, so a socket practically. And it works, of course, in the same way. So here, for example, we have this things here. We have it on a wall. Of course, the wall I did not create, but this would be actually the position of this wall. Let me try on a wall that I actually created right now. Oh, here we go. Okay. You can also leave a comment here, or put the name of the marker, for example, sockets. It will be taken into account by Revit. And here we have them. On the wall here. And afterwards, we can just search for our families in Revit, in the Revit browser here, in the project browser. And if we will go to sockets, which I don't think I have, but if we will just go to the instance there and choose the family, we can just create an instance and then position it here. The same thing happens also with the model lines. So for example, if I would like to have the model lines of, or to have the let me see, a family here. Yeah, let's just for this one here, just to know the position of this um, closet here, or whatever it is, I would just take this here as a point, and here I don't have any more information, but I did create a model line. It's not right now, in my case, is not it doesn't have the length as in reality, but I think you get the idea. So that would be practically the position, the exact position of this closet here. Okay. Then of course you can create more model lines, and then you can find again an instance or a family for this, and then you can create an instance that you can position exactly between these model lines here. Of course, you have to create or to choose the right family for that. The last function that I would like to show you is the transfer function, and this is actually a great help when you, for example, you have created everything in PointCab for Revit, so all the walls, all the doors, all the windows, and all the elements that you can possibly create with PointCab for Revit. And you want to verify if everything is in place, then you can go to the transfer button here. And as you can see, if I will take the job list in the job editor, I have already created some, for example, here I have created a layout, and I have created a section, and I also exported part of the point cloud. And after you create all of these elements, then you have the possibility, they will appear here in this list, in this PointCab transfer list. And you have the possibility to actually import them directly without going here to insert and then import CAD, and then choose the layout or the section or whatever you have created. So I'll just hit plus, and right now we have this layout here, and these are actually our walls, and we can see if everything is actually in place, and it's actually not in this case. So for example, if I will go back to the layout, we can also see also in Revit and also in PointCab, we can see that the thickness of the wall is not matching the layout. For that, we do have a tool in PointCab for Revit, and we can set the thickness by selection. So I will select the wall at first, okay. This one here, I think I have to select it again. Okay, and then I can say I can measure in PointCab, for example, to take exactly the same thickness as in reality. It's close to 300 millimeters, but not quite. So I can just say here 295 millimeters, and then I can change it. And Revit is going to create another class. So it's practically duplicating our first class, STB 300 or 30, and it's going to create another class which is STB 295. The only difference between these two types, these two families, is actually the thickness. All of the other properties remain the same. Then we can go and finish this. And there's another way to take the exact thickness of the wall. Maybe I will simplify with this wall here. And this is by selecting points, so you don't have to measure anything anymore. And then I will select here the first point on the wall and the second point here. And you can see already Revit has duplicated this class with these properties, but it changed the thickness of the wall, and we are now by almost 16 centimeters. Okay. So as I said, this is a great opportunity and a great tool for just verifying if everything is all right in your 3D model, and if everything is corresponding to the reality and to the layouts. In the same way, we can import also the standard views, for example, the standard top, which would be practically now the same. And we can also import a section. So right now this wall is kind of in between. So this is the section will look actually, let me just put it in this foreground, and the section will look like this. But of course, sometimes you need to actually see your elements so you can see what you have created. For each, so I have this elements in the list. So what I have created in PointCab until now. Because I have created these elements, layout 1, section 1, cloud 0. I have created them with the 4Cat button active. If you will create the elements in PointCab and forget, or you do not have this 4Cat button active, then the elements will not appear in the list. So you practically will have to create others. So that's a tip for you to not make some mistakes. And we have here also the point cloud. Okay. Yeah, let me just create it again. Maybe I can also exemplify and talk a little bit about what are the best parameters that we can choose for the point clouds. So in Autodesk, all the products from Autodesk, you need to import RCP, and we can export RCP from PointCab. Let me just make it a little bit bigger. Okay, something like that. Okay, and you have this option to export a part of the point cloud or the whole point cloud. And right now I've just chosen this balcony here. And by the creation of the or by exporting the point cloud, you can use different filters, for example, scan points. So you will have one-to-one exactly how many points you have in your project. Exactly that number of points you will have also in Revit, or you export this number of points. This is the octree filter, where you can export things intelligently. For example, I can say in 1 centimeter I need to have a point, because most of the time we don't need all the points. We just need to know if things are looking kind of in from like in the reality. And here we have also some other exports, but what interests us right now is the RCP export for Autodesk. We can also say that we don't want PointCab to go through all of the scan positions, and then we can just yeah, press here this arrow, and PointCab will export this small part of the point cloud. So right now I am not exporting the whole point cloud, I'm just exporting one part. And I am also exporting in 1 centimeter just 1 point. So not all of the points, because I do not need them. So as I said, yeah, the this point cloud export is also very helpful. For example, if you have something that you cannot just draw, or you cannot just model from the ortho photos or with the help of the plugin, let's say, I don't know, furniture, for example, then you will have this opportunity and this possibility to export a part of the point cloud. Then you will model this in the point cloud per se. So there are various workflows that you can follow. You can follow, as I've shown in this short demonstration, you can follow the workflow where you just measure in point cloud, in PointCab, and the elements will be transferred into Revit in real time as BIM elements. You can also import the ortho photos that PointCab creates, and then you can model directly on the ortho photo. So for example, here, if I will go to architecture and I will create a wall, which one? Let's see, maybe this one. And of course, position the wall into the into the proper position, and give the wall the thickness that it needs. So for example, we have here this wall, and we can measure, and we can measure the thickness, and this is going to be 166, and right here, oh, sorry. Okay, and we can then just make the wall for 166. Of course, we can just modify the wall to the to the corresponding thickness. Yeah, and then there is also this possibility to work directly in the point cloud. So whatever fits you better and whatever you think that is actually let's say whatever you are used to actually. So there are free possibilities to work with point cloud data in Revit directly into Revit, import directly the point cloud into Revit would be one solution. It's not going to be that easy, but it's not impossible. Again, the ortho photos, you can choose them as well. And import them from PointCab to Revit, and then there is this solution where you need a plugin for Revit, and then it's going to be easier than the other ones actually. Okay, so I will just delete this wall here because I don't need it, and I wanted to show you the cloud export. Okay, I just created it. Okay, let's see. Or maybe I'll just create it again. I have deleted this just before the presentation today. And let's see, which scan is this? 4 and 5. 4 and 5. It will not take that long right now. And let's say 70. Or it's not actually 70. Okay, 58. Or we can just have it from the outside. So the point cloud would actually be in the 3D view, and it will appear once we export it. It will appear in the list, and then as I showed you before with the layout and section, you can hit the plus button, and now it works. That was the problem because I deleted it once. It was the same name. Okay, and right now we have the point cloud from the facade. And we can also use it to model other stuff in Revit. If you have questions, I know I said this before, if you have questions, don't hesitate to just drop them in the question box, and I will answer them now. Okay, so I'm waiting for your questions, and in the meanwhile, you can download also a test version of PointCab and PointCab for Revit from our website, and I will just write the website here somewhere where we can see it. And maybe make it a little bit bigger so you can see it better. Of course, if you don't have questions right now, but you have questions or you would need help with the test version, you can contact us in support through an email, and I will write our email address here. Okay. And me and my colleagues will be there to answer your questions and maybe help you with your projects, with your tests in PointCab for Revit. Yeah. Okay, it seems that there are no questions today for this webinar. As I said, if something comes up, just write us an email in support and we will be there to help you. So if you do not have questions today, I will close the webinar for everybody now. I hope this was interesting for you. Please download the test version of PointCab and PointCab Forever. They're both in the download section on our website, and hope to see you in our future webinars. Have a nice day and a great rest of the week. Bye bye.